everybody out there in YouTube land, it is Tim at Doc's Autos, and we're back with some more fun stuff today. So, first of all, thanks for checking out the channel. Go ahead, like and subscribe. If you like anything below, go ahead and tell your friends. And that's about it. So, haven't done a lot lately. I've got other projects going on, like work and family and everything else, and whatnot. So we are out here today where our future shop will be, and we're getting really close to that point. We are waiting on the final permits from the county. The building is in production, and once we get that final approval, we'll have our concrete foundation poured and get the building going. So here we go. Kind of looked at it before in a previous video, but over here in the corner by the pink flag here, in about 10 feet will be where our tack room is going to be for the horses and all their stuff that I'm allergic to. Have a big 14-foot overhead door here. Walk down here a little farther, another overhead door for the cold side, and right straight through where you see the well head or the hose between the camper and the Chevy. That's where the center wall will be here. So everything on this side, it's going to be cold storage. So a room for the hay, for the horse trailer, maybe a case of wonderful beer, support our farmers. But the fun thing we want to do today is, other than say hi to Bob. Bob, you're going to get a workout pretty soon. Bob and all your friends from up the street. But what we want to do today is uncover the 52. This is another one of the long-term projects for the channel, along with the Triumph Spitfire, and we definitely need a new car cover. Spent a few seasons out in a Minnesota winter, and is definitely not pleased. Go ahead and get the straps undone with one hand. There we go. So what we've got, it's kind of like an unboxing in the springtime. Is an original, rather untouched, 1952 Chevy Styleline Deluxe. Original paint, little patina up here, has a visor on it. Open the hood. Oh. There we go. And in here we have our good old straight 6. Everything is still on the 6-volt system. Had a battery maintainer on it over the winter. And new battery. It seems to be a little crusty here, so we'll get that cleaned up. Picked this up and about 6 years ago now. From a friend who had bought it from an estate sale, and due to his work was not able to, was just not able to work on it. So I picked it up from him, and inside you can definitely tell is original. I've taken out the carpets down here. One of the big projects last winter was replacing the floor pans, as they were definitely rusted out and you could do the Fred Flintstone. So seats came out, upholstery is of course shot, headliner is shot, but you know, it's sat for about 30 years without anybody touching it. Overall, I think it's been a lot more mouse-free this year than past years, which is excellent. I don't see any significant or new mouse damage that wasn't here in the past. Back seats were taken out, get everything cleaned out. There was a huge mouse nest under the back seat. But otherwise, the vehicle itself has been indoors, except for the last 2 seasons. Oh! And generally has been pretty well running. Oh, probably dead, right? Yeah, dead or unhooked, one of the two. But you know, things like the clock works when it wound up. I replaced some of the tubes in the radio. That works. Granted, it's only, you know, AM radio, but hey, it's kind of neat. Do have plans for a new headliner. Get one of those from Eckler's early Chevy. Nice, of course. I've been there before. So, all the gauges work. They all worked when I bought the vehicle, with the exception of the fuel sender. That got replaced last year as well, with a whole new fuel system, a new exhaust system. Everything pretty much got replaced for fuel. It is definitely greasy. It definitely is crusty. Everything leaks. Front end, back end, brakes. I rebuilt the carburetor, but that still likes to leak. So I'm likely just going to have that totally replaced this summer here. I did a bunch of other little small things to it, but all the headlights, the blinkers, and that stuff works. You know, it's been a fun little car to work on. Excuse the wind, but it's definitely seen some rougher times. Previous owner definitely hit something with it. But I did spend a bunch of time trying to get the paint cleaned up, and after I get a good wash on here, this will clean up really nicely. I'll try and drop in a picture of what it looks like when it's all cleaned and prettied up. Let's move this out of the way. Find my ground. There's my ground. There we go. We'll just set it on there. Oh. Look at that, even the interior light works. How about that for you? Oh. Let's see. We know it's not going to start right away because it's been sitting all winter, but hey, let's see what we got. Other than a dead battery. Oh. Try this again. There we go. Use the wrench everyday method. Just wiggle it until it gets tight. Look at that. Cover's flapping. There we go. Look at that. Fires right off. Choke her down a little bit. But otherwise, it worked except for the leaking gas right all over the exhaust. So that's that's the one thing we hope to fix. But like I said, we've rebuilt the carburetor and she still leaks. So I'm thinking there's just some parts in there, some of the seats that are just worn out, and it's not going to be salvageable for what I've got the tools and resources to fix. So we'll go ahead and send that up to a shop up about an hour north of me in Forest Lake, Hugo area here in Minnesota, and get it refurbished, replaced, whatever, and sent back to me in a better working condition. So for now, fix the carburetor and top off the brake fluid, because that seems to be disappearing somewhere. I don't see any drips behind the wheels and the wheel seals or anything like that. Those have been replaced. Oh, kneeling in gravel in shorts. Ow. You know, it's a little crusty under here. But I don't see any leaks from the brakes, so who knows where it's going. Put in a brand new master cylinder for the brakes last year, and who knows? So we will get that and the carburetor fixed, and then we'll have a good running car. The end goal, put the interior back together. I've got seat belts for it for the rear, so we'll have a good church car for Sunday. Look at that, the antifreeze is there. It is green. That doesn't leak. Doesn't overheat. The fuel system is new. So really, tidy up the carburetor and the brakes, and this thing runs. It runs really well, actually. I've got a number of miles on it, driving back and forth up in northern Minnesota, where we used to live, and it runs great down the old dirt roads. So, you know, I'm not sure what our end goal, if I want to do a full restoration of it. I'd like to pull the engine and transmission, get that rebuilt. Of course, the suspension is going to get a complete overhaul and redone. I'm going to replace the front end with disc brakes. You can get a full conversion for disc brakes on the front of this thing from Eckler's, and that'll be a good safety improvement. I haven't determined if I want to convert it over to 12 volt yet, just because the 6 volt is just simplistic. It's neat. I don't need a radio in the car. I don't need MP3 player, cell phone charging, anything like that. I just want a simple, fun car to tootle around the old dirt roads out here. I mean, look, we're surrounded by farm everywhere you turn, except for our pile of dirt, which should go back in our pasture here soon. And yeah, that will be pretty much the goal with this vehicle here. So again, we need to get the shop itself built here first. And actually, where we're standing is going to be probably where one of the work areas is for vehicles, right here by the midwall. We're not sure if we're going to put the vehicle lift right here, or if we're going to put it over more towards, hey Bob, or if we're going to put it over more towards the middle of the building here, behind the tack room. So you'd have to drive in and then turn to be on the lift. But with this tack room here, taking up probably 12 by 14, it kind of makes sense to put a lift here for the best use of space. And then down here, we'd have a workbench and tools and whatnot. All right, as we wander out towards the back of the shop here, past where the toolboxes will be, have a little window right about here. But the wife convinced me into a 80-foot long, full length of the building by 12-foot out lean-to. For half of it's going to be for the horses over there, so they've got some shade in the summertime. And then over here we'll have some area for some firewood, sit out here with a couple of chairs at night. We can watch the sunset, which is just over that direction. And you know, it's going to be a lot of extra effort for me. We got more columns to put in, more steel work to do for the roof, walls, everything else like that. But I think in the end, it's the do it once, do it right. And as much as I kind of resisted it at first, mainly due to extra costs as well. But we'll get it done, and it'll be done right, and it'll be a little bit of what we both want for a building. So otherwise, back to the good old 52. Hey Norris, what's up? Otherwise, yeah, back here to the 52. It's definitely not show car quality. I have no plans to fully restore it for anything of excellence awards, but we'll go through and I'll redo the door panels, and like I said, the headliner, we can get new carpeting for it. So it's going to be a nice car when it's done. A fun family car as our kids grow up. Probably work on this as well as the little Triumph convertible, and just have some fun activities that they can learn on. That's not something with a screen or a switch or a link to Facebook or Instagram on it. So that's about it for now. Like I said, if you like this project or old cars and stuff like this, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We'll do more things. Probably the big projects this summer is going to be working on the shop. We'll try and do a bunch of time-lapse video of that, between both the excavation for the foundation going in, and of course the erection project. We're going to be doing most of the work ourselves. A, save money, and B, it's fun. Not that I'm a huge fan of all the steel work and detail trim work, but I think the overall project, the erection of the building, is going to be pretty awesome. So maybe some other time we'll run a quick video through of the horse trailer. We picked that up at the same time as Truck Norris here for a horse hauler. We originally went in for a bumper pull for my old Tahoe, and we came back with this, a 3-horse slant gooseneck trailer. It was a weekender, so there was no finished anything inside. It was just AstroTurf. Oh, let's see if I can sneak in here quick. It was just AstroTurf carpeting. Oh, and an air conditioner and a TV. And I went through, got all the nice soft touch wall coverings. We got hardwood on the ceiling trim. I've got LED lights all through it. RV entertainment system with HDMI input up there by the sleeper, so you can plug in your phone or your tablet, whatever, and run down here to the phone. We've got a fridge, microwave, sink, hardwood floors, and then I built all the cabinets and everything else in here. There's still some additional trim work to do. We were undecided how we wanted to finish off this little sit-in kitchenette area, if you wanted to do a pull-out or a bench type couch and bed. And I believe we are going to take this out in favor of a pull-out or some sort of a modified pull-out bench couch option. Now that we have the 2 kids, we'll need a place for them indoors, at least until we can kick one of them out in a tent for the weekend. So otherwise, this will be another fun project to work on. Kind of lower on the priority list, but it was nice to open that up last weekend and not have any mice in there. The last 2 winters, it's had mice in it, which has really ticked me off after all the investment we put into getting it finished. Luckily, they did not destroy anything, but it's still a pain in the butt to open up the door and hear mice scrambling around in the ceiling. So even though I figured out everything on the ground was mouse-proofed, I forgot about the intake for the air conditioner on the roof. And it wasn't a problem in the summer, but wintertime, they would crawl up the cover and then into the cabin via the air conditioner. So have not uncovered this camper yet. Last summer or last spring, it got moused out pretty bad. And I tried to do a much better job this year, actually taped up, excuse me, taped up all around where the slide out is on the side here. hopefully so they don't get back in there. So we'll open that up one of these days, and we've kind of come to the conclusion that if it got moused out again, it's just going to go down the road, and we'll find something bigger, better for a family with 2 small children, mainly because it is a soft side camper. And while the heat bakes you out in the wintertime, in the summer it does get kind of warm without air conditioning, and it's pretty loud from surrounding campsites, especially since we go to a number of tractor shows throughout the season. People are up and around as late as midnight and up at 4 a.m. So maybe get another hard side, or we'll just drag the horse trailer around for a couple of seasons. Who knows? Gives us more room to bring stuff back from swap meets, right? So anyway, that's it for now. Kind of a quick recap on the 52, of course, the shop update, and that's about it for now. So have a great day. Bye-bye.